Welcome to St. Clair Institute. You will be learning adding and subtracting negatives, absolute value, and common sense. Is that when adding negatives, it's just like subtracting positive. Just because you're going away from the positives and toward the negative, when you are doing both. Adding the negative and subtracting positive. So basically, we need to rewrite this problem as a subtracting positive problem instead of an adding negative problem. So we would do 6 minus 7. Then we can draw number lines to help us. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So, then we're going to count down 7. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's the answer?
Negative 1!
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem.
The problem will be 10 plus negative 4. Same exact thing as last time. We change it to 10 minus 4 equals... What does 10 minus 4 equal?
Negative 2!
Not quite, but really close. That was a good start, though. Okay, so I'll show you on a number line. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and we can end at 2. And then we'll go back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our answer will be 6.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem. One less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you.
Our last problem is 8 plus negative 19. So, I'm not going to use a number line for this because I know you're all geniuses. So, let's rewrite this big up at the top. So, that would be 8 minus 19. What's that?
Answer is negative 11.
You're a genius! You're right, and you're a genius.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem. One less problem without you.
Move on to subtracting negatives. 8. Subtracting negative is just like adding positive because you are getting rid of negative, which is going towards the positive numbers. Because like getting rid of them, get rid of the negative, and whoop, up to the positives. Yay!
Let's practice!
Okay, let's practice. Even though I just said that. 18 minus negative 2. So, we rewrite this to, what do we write it to?
Plus.
Yep, 18 plus 2. And since we're going up from 18, that can be 18. That's an awful 8. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So, now we're going to bunny hop over to 2. Up to, alone, 2. What is our answer?
2, 0,
My
20.
friend is correct.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem.
Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Better rewrite that. That was 6 minus negative 9. So we do 6 plus 9 equals 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now we do 9 hops over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what's the answer?
The answer is 15.
You're right!
Without you, I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem.
It's sad to say, but I think we've come to our last subtracting negative problem. And the last subtracting and adding negatives. So we're done with subtracting and adding. So, but we still have one more. So, we'll write this to negative 8 plus 14. So, I know you're smart enough to not use a number line. So, what is the answer? I question you. I'll give you a little time to think. Do. 6! Correcto!
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem. One less problem.
Now let's move on to absolute value. So, what is absolute value? Well, absolute value is the distance between a number and 0. For example, the absolute value of 13 is 13 because it's 13 away from 0. But it also applies to negative numbers. Now, the absolute value of negative 2 would, believe it or not, just be 2. Now, how do I know this? Well, if you draw a number line, and this is 0, and then you have 1 and 2, and negative 1 and negative 2, see, it's still the same distance away. Negative 2 and 2 are still the same distance away from 0. Therefore, the absolute value would be 2. And to represent this, you put 2 bars on the outside of a number. Let's do some practice. The absolute value of 6. Well, I'll draw a number line to start out. Now, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the answer is
6.
You got it, dude. The answer is 6.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem. One less problem without.
Moving on. The absolute value of 16. Well, let's make a number line. Zero to 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the answer is
16.
The answer is 16.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem.
And the last simple problem for today will be the absolute value of negative 8. Now, since you've already had some practice, I'm not going to draw the number line. So, what is the absolute value of negative 8?
EIGHT. 8.
Wow, you're so intelligent. The answer is 8.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem.
Our next problem for you is the absolute value of negative 9 plus the absolute value of 1. Now, I will help you out with this because it has a negative and a positive involved. Now, the absolute value
Negative
of
9.
9 is
9.
Yep, so we're going to start with 9. And the absolute value of 1 is
1.
Yep, so we're going to make a number line. and then only go up 1. And the answer is
10!
Yep, the answer is 10.
I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem without you. I got one less problem. One less problem without you. I got one less problem without you.
Sadly, this is our last absolute value problem together. Now, the problem is the absolute value of negative 67 plus the absolute value of negative 83. Now, I'm not going to help you in any way. You have to find the absolute value of these and you have to add them together. So, what is the answer?
I think the answer is 140.
Oh, you just missed it. The answer is 150. I'll show you how I got my answer if you were confused. So, the absolute value of negative 67 is 67, and the absolute value of negative 83 is 83. Now, when you add them together, 7 plus 3 is 10. So you put a 0 and carry the 1. That was probably your mistake, Eagle. And then, when you add 1 plus 6, that's 7, and then 7 plus 8 is 15. And the answer in total is 100.
And now here's a tad bit of common sense.
Raccoon at night? It's all right.
Raccoon at day.
Stay away. That concludes our math lesson for today. Thanks for watching.